Yo, what's going on, fellas? How's it going for you guys this morning on this Wednesday? Appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on Winning Bets, where we talk sports betting, and we like to try and have a little bit of fun along the way. Nothing wrong with that. Boy, it's still raining in here in Chicago. Working on about 12, 16, 20, 24 hours straight rain. I don't even know right now. Don't remember the last time it wasn't raining in Chicago. Hopefully it's a nice, beautiful day where you're at. Nice little fall weather where you're at. Guys, let's make sure we go ahead and, of course, recap yesterday, and then let's talk some NHL. How about that? NHL. This bet I've got for today in the NHL will be very familiar if you've been hanging around with me from the last NHL season. And then, of course, let's talk some Champions League today as well. So let's go ahead and throw up that recap there from yesterday. It was poo-poo on a stick. And not only was it poo-poo on a stick, you guys have lost bets just like I've lost bets over the time, but almost like how you lose bets, you know instantly, like, yeah, today's going to be shitty. Yeah, because I just didn't lose a bet. Like, I got, kicked in the D when I lost that bet. Let's just go right to the top one, because that's the one we're talking about. It's Manchester City, first half, team total, over 1.5. And by the way, guys, hung out with you guys on TikTok while we watched that game. Appreciate you guys hanging out on TikTok with me. We enjoyed it. We were pissed off. We were a little angry. We were a little heated. But we still had fun. What were we upset about? Well, we got a goal there by Rodri. Holy hell, did he have a nice little strike. And then VAR intervened. They started taking a look. And I don't know about you guys, but you're probably like me watching it on the Spanish channel because somehow Champions League football gets put on the Spanish channel instead of the English channel. I have no goddamn clue. So they're going to VAR, and you see the situation there with Mahrez. They're not even talking about Rodri, right? They're talking about Mahrez. And I assume they were talking about him being pushed or pushing the defender in the back. Again, it's Spanish, so I don't really know what the hell is going on. I'm sitting there looking, and I just can't see where Mahrez pushes the dude in the back. They ruled a handball that slightly glanced off his hand. I didn't go back and see the replay because I was super pissed off. But yeah, so we had a handball go against our way. So just a phenomenal hit there by Rodri. Got taken away. Okay, not the end of the world. City is still doing what we said. They're dominating possession. They're the only team that has all the chances. And they get another chance. They rightfully get a penalty kick awarded to them. It was clear as day. That's a penalty kick. 100 times out of 100 goes off the defender's hand off a corner. It's unfortunate. Obviously, the guy's not purposely trying to hit it with his arm, but that's a penalty kick 100 times out of 100 times. So, sweet. Now we get a first half penalty kick. Mahrez takes a penalty kick. Mahrez steps up, does that shitty little Jorginho slow step that guys do that I absolutely hate. And he, of course, misses it. He hit it so comfortably for the keeper. If he guesses the right direction, it's an easy save. Obviously, if he gets the keeper to go the wrong way, okay, you look like you hit a good penalty. But that's an absolute terrible penalty. It's either got to go high or it's got to go low. You can't put it in the sweet spot and let the keeper make a nice, comfortable save. So, okay, now we get a penalty go against us. Now it's like, okay, that was our second goal. Like that should be a cash. But still had plenty of time to go in the first half to get 2 goals. Then what happens? City wants to go ahead and get a red card. It's a red card. Gomez is the last defender. He takes the dude down. You can be pissed off all you want, but that is a red card because he's the last defender. And if he doesn't make that foul, that Copenhagen player is one-on-one on Ederson in the box, and you'd like to think he probably scores, but who really knows? But it's definitely a red card. Once that happens, then the game changed. A, we're not going to hit our first half team total. B, it completely changed. Now Copenhagen's got all the possession. Now Copenhagen's a team's getting the chances. And City, as the game finished 0-0, it was just a product of them not having as much possession as they did and not having clear-cut chances because they weren't dominating the ball and not dominate the chances, right? They're going to get tons of chances normally. But when your chances go from, let's say 15 and they get cut down because you don't have the ball as much, that's going to be struggle. So everybody lost money on that game. It didn't matter how you carved it, but nobody had that game going 0-0. So frustrating, absolutely frustrating right there. Then, of course, we lose our parlay because we have City and Bayern to score in both halves. City 0-0. So frustrating right there. And it also, guys, wrecked the free giveaway. You guys knew that I was going to drop the comment on that on the yesterday's video of letting you guys know what the what the free giveaway was. Which, by the way, because it missed, I'm going to do another free giveaway. I'm going to wait until there's a day where I feel really good about a matchup, whether it's football or soccer, who really knows. And then I'll go ahead and bet it accordingly. And I'm going to go ahead and do a free giveaway. I want to run that one back because it just kind of kind of goes with how shitty our day went yesterday. One of the legs in the free giveaway was Riyad Mahrez to be an anytime goal scorer. When the lineups came out and Holland was in the lineup, I said, okay, I like Mahrez being in the squad, but Mahrez is now the penalty kicker. So I'm going to put him in there because if there's a PK, you know he's going to be the one that takes it. Well, nail that, right? He takes the penalty kick. He, of course, misses it. Not over, though, right? We can still go ahead and cash it because he's still playing. But once the red card came out, now they got to sacrifice an attacker because now they got to bring on another defender. Well, it's going to be Grealish or Mahrez. Well, the way our shitty luck went yesterday, of course, it wasn't Grealish that got taken off the pitch. It was Mahrez that got taken off the pitch. So, yeah, anything that could have gone against us in that game just went against us in that game. So, really was upset. If you guys were hanging out on TikTok Live, I was heated. I was pissed. Just one of those days. And because it's the first bet, we were talking about it on TikTok. Several of us were. You knew the day was just going to be shitty, right? Because it's not just that you lose. Again, it's how you lose. It's like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a shitty day. The only bet we won was our under 4.5 goals parlay. Remember, we took Juventus, the Real Madrid game, and the Leipzig game. It took all three of those games under 4.5. If you guys remember, I also said one of those teams wasn't going to get the win. Well, two of those teams did not get the win. Juventus lost straight up 2-0 to Maccabi, and Real Madrid got a late equalizer in the 95th minute to draw Shakhtar 1-1. So I would imagine looking at those scores, people may have had a rough day, at least and I'm just kind of going off what I know from you guys, right, from hanging out on TikTok. Guys were all on Real Madrid money line, Juventus money line. I tried to steer people off of that because I had a feeling when you get on these return legs and these teams go on the road, it's not going to be straight cutting forward as it is at home. They're going to win the game. So just tough stuff right there. And then baseball, just bend over and just get handed to you. Guardians can't get 3 runs, had great chances in the third inning, had bases loaded with 1 out. How many runs do they get? 0. Bases loaded, 1 out, they get 0 runs. Top of the 7th inning, runner on first and second, 1 out. Once again, they get 0 runs. So they had chances, just couldn't quite come through for us. Mariners, Astros under 6.5. Verlander was absolute poo-poo on a stick. Both bullpens were poo-poo on a stick. So, yeah, under 6.5 was nowhere near happening. And then Suarez and Fried to each get 4 Ks. Suarez got there. Suarez had 5 Ks last time I looked, but Max Fried just got absolutely rocked by the Phillies. I think he only went about 3 or 4 innings. He was nowhere near it. I think he got 2 Ks when he got pulled. He just got absolutely rocked. So, yeah, down, 4.21 units on the day. And then obviously we suffered basically a break even on Monday. But yeah, we did lose a little bit. So we're now down 4.3. The only thing that was good to us was hopefully you guys secured yourself some arbitrage money so we can make those free rolls throughout the course of this week. There was good opportunities to do it. Remember, in the NHL, we were given 2 profit boosts in that Rangers Lightning game, 1 pregame, 1 live. And then in baseball, we were given a 40% profit boost. And then also, DraftKings decided to boost that Nerfy there in Mariners Astros, which then gave us that opportunity to go ahead and arbitrage it against another book. So, disgusting day. Hate to see it. And just frustrated with more just like how the losses happen. Like, just really just shitty stuff, to be quite frankly. So, today's a new day. As Brian said, today is Wednesday. No better day to go ahead and turn around and get a bounce back than on Wednesday. Good morning, fellas. Good morning. I still, do I want to go back and look at the handball? I was so concentrated on, did Mahrez push the dude in the back? I didn't even see the ball hit his hand. As I'm watching that to see if he pushed him in the back, if it hit his hand, I would have probably seen it hit his hand. I didn't even see it hit his hand. I'm with you, C-Lane. That was about as BS as it gets. I have no idea. What the hell is that icon? Is that somebody dancing, Chewy? You got somebody dancing, or you're feeling the vibes today, Chewy? I'm feeling the vibes today, Chewy. I'm feeling it with you. You hit Suarez over 4.5 Ks. Nice. Yeah, Lee. I'd imagine everybody lost because, like, if you're building a parlay, like, you're probably going to dump in like over 1.5 goals in that game, or at least get a effing goal in that game. Like, you and everybody else got handed to him in that one, Lee. So there's why did Real Madrid start Hazard? I don't know. I mean, why did Pep Guardiola, decide to start Alvarez over Holland? Well, he said you got to have squad rotation. He said yesterday Bernardo Silva came up to him and said he was dead tired. I'm sure Holland probably didn't say anything to Guardiola, but once your players start to complain about that, you start to just kind of rest players overall. So, yes, and this under 4.5 goals parlay will be something you see again. May even see it again today, actually. Yes, the no sweat winner, there was, two goals? Actually, there was 2 goals, 2 goals, and 2 goals. It was an easy no sweat winner. I'm going to use that strategy again, find a couple games I like, and I'm definitely going to do it. Nice. Took a hit, not getting nice. 4 games, only 1 Nerfy cash. Pitching did not win the day. Yeah, it was not a good day for the pitchers. And sometimes you see that in baseball, right? These long layoffs. That's the reason why I was kind of a touch nervous. Not in terms of the under, but just nervous in terms of what you're going to get. I mean, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Braves, those guys hadn't played in a week. We talked about that, right? We talked about not having played a baseball game in a week. They practice. They do live batting practice amongst their squad, but it's not the same as stepping in there against another opponent. So I would imagine the long layoff was the reason, and I would expect those teams to go ahead and bounce back. You got the Guardians. First half team total over 1.5. I know, man. Bases were loaded. It just was one of those days, Cole. It's one of those days, but as Brian said earlier, it's Wednesday. We're turning this shit around, and we'll go ahead and bounce back. Let's go ahead and throw up some bets on today. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Champions League. I am going right back to it, D-Gent. Under 4.5 goals. I'm going right back to it. Not only... Here's something yesterday. Our only win yesterday, this under 4.5 goals parlay, came in at minus 128. Look at that price. Look at that. Why can't I point ever right properly on this goddamn thing? Look at that price. It's at minus 128. That's a great sign for today, fellas. We paid minus 128 yesterday. We're getting minus 128 today. This shit's going to cash. This is almost like guaranteed. It's the exact same price. What are the 3 games? We're going to do it in the Tottenham game, under 4.5 goals. We're going to do it in the Leverkusen-Porto game, under 4.5 goals. And we're going to do it in the Rangers-Liverpool game, under 4.5 goals. So do that 3-legged parlay. And again, that comes in at minus 128. What other Champions League bets are we going to go ahead and roll with today? We talked yesterday's show about doing Atletico Bruges under 2.5 goals. I tweeted out the price earlier. I don't really know what the price is at now. I tweeted it out earlier, but we talked about this. This bet was coming. You guys know it. You guys probably put it in yourself. And then, of course, we've got the Bayern first half team total over 1.5 goals plus 142. Curious what lineup they're going to try it out there now, given that City didn't start Holland, although, the bets just still could have cashed. So it was really effing annoying. But, yeah, so that's all we're going to roll with in Champions League. We'll roll with that under 4.5 goals parlay. We'll back Bayern. Bayern is the team. You can't mess with Bayern in Champions League. Boy, I know they're struggling a little bit here in Bundesliga. They even gave up a late goal this past week in Dortmund to go ahead and draw 2-2, but Bayern's a whole nother level when it comes to Champions League, so expect them to cover that first half team total. Atletico Bruges under 2.5 goals and under the 4.5 goals parlay. All right, let's go ahead and talk some NHL, guys. I'm going to go ahead. What were the 2 players we backed last season? His name was Connor McDavid, and it was Kirill Kaprizov. It got to a point last season where we're just blindly betting that. You guys remember that? It was over 3.5 shots on goal, and it was always over 3.5 shots on goal. The juice was always around between about minus 120 to about minus 145. We never had to pay over minus 150. We never had to do any parlay. Well, this season, Connor McDavid, he's involved tonight. It's still at 3.5, but they've juiced it up, so now it's got to be a parlay. I'm going to play it for the first 5 games. I'm just going to blindly do it. You guys know I'm not an NHL guy, but god damn, Connor McDavid was so effing good to us last year. I'm just going to come right out of the gates and bet him for his first 5 games. And if we can turn a profit in the first 5 games, then I'll keep playing it. If not, okay, then we'll take a step back and we'll kind of analyze the numbers, look at kind of the shots and the shots per goals and what have you. But coming out of the gates, it was so damn good to us last season. Just going to go right back to it. But you can see the juice on that one leg is at minus 160. I'm uncomfortable doing that. That's above my minus 150 threshold. So I added it with both teams to score in the Kraken versus Ducks game, and I added it with both teams to score in Bruins Capitals game. I know nothing about hockey. Don't ask me if there's a chance that there's a shutout in either one of those 2 games, but the legs are minus 1,200 and minus 1,400. So feel pretty effing safe that we're going to get both teams to score in both of those games. But you look at the price that they're charging you, minus 1,200 and minus 14. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. And as you can see, that parlay then comes down to minus 114. Like that a lot better. So that's how we'll roll today, guys. We'll roll with our guy Connor McDavid, basically. And then we'll roll with those 3 Champions League plays. So that's what we got right there. Yeah, bet it today. Just like you said that, just like D-Gen said, we rolling with that. Napoli wins and both teams will score. Napoli is on a hell of a roll. People asked me yesterday who was going to win Champions League, and people talk about Bayern, people talk about City, people talk about Real Madrid. I hear you. Not going to argue with any of those three teams. Napoli is the full-on sleeper. If you've got a free bet, I think it's worth putting it in on Napoli. They are hitting form in the league. They're hitting form in the Champions League. If you've got a free bet, I would drop it on Napoli to go ahead and win Champions League. I hope they don't do it. I've got a future bet on Manchester City winning Champions League, but I think Napoli is right there. What do I think about the Mbappe PSG situation? Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. I think he's just a crybaby. He does this all the time, and he usually does it to get a bigger contract and make more money. He's a crybaby. I mean, we talked about that yesterday. He's just an absolute crybaby. He's just running his mouth and really just doing what he does. Normally, he's able to get a bigger contract and get a bigger payday, but I think with this contract situation, he's not going to be able to finagle that this season. I think he's just being an ass and trying to work his way out. But as we talked about yesterday, they're not going to get rid of him in January. They've got Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. They're trying like hell to win the Champions League with those three guys before they have to break it up, because they do want to maybe sell one of those guys for big time money or, whatever reason, however they try and get rid of him. So he ain't going nowhere anytime soon. He's just being a little bitch, if you ask me. So that's what we think about the Mbappe situation right there. All right, guys. Starts at, what's it start? So it starts at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. One of those bets we've got is involved. Oh, yeah, Let's Go Bruges. It's that under 2.5. That's the one that starts at 11:45 a.m. Eastern time at Let's Go Bruges. All right, that's how we'll do it. As a Real fan, we don't want him anymore. Yeah. Do you really think that, Jason? Come on, you want Mbappe. I understand he's a little whiner, bitch, but you want him. You want him. You want him, man. You absolutely want Mbappe. He's, top 5 striker. And then he'll be happy, though. If you sign him, though, got to get him to like 2-3 year contract. Don't give him a long leash, because he'll do the same thing to Real Madrid that he's doing to PSG, right? 2 years into his deal, he'll be extremely happy. And then it'll start to fall apart. He'll all of a sudden fall in love with Chelsea or Manchester City, or he'll need a new challenge and want to go to, Serie A. Just don't sign him to a long-term deal. No MLB bets today. Let's talk about them. I'm telling you, right, the Braves are a little bit in a tricky spot the way they did. But that Phillies bullpen, though, almost blew it yesterday. We talked about that Phillies bullpen. Damn, but that Phillies bullpen did not almost blow that yesterday. That 9th inning, the Braves were able to scrape out 3 runs. No, I don't have a play today. Of course, I like the Dodgers, just like I liked the Dodgers yesterday. Kyle, I actually like the Phillies again today. I wouldn't back them. You guys know how I feel about that bullpen. If I back the Phillies, I would just do an F5 money line. What's that 2-way line come out at? It comes out at even money. Wheeler is way better than Kyle Wright. Obviously, there's a lot of familiarity just with being division foe. But if I'm touching Phillies Braves, I'm going to go ahead and do the Phillies F5 money line, 2-way line at even money. But as you can see, I didn't actually bet it, but that's how I would do it. And then Dodgers, Padres. It was another frustrating thing yesterday. It's not only do you lose and how you lose, but all of my leans but one lean hit yesterday. So that was a little frustrating. Maybe I should have had a bigger card and just should have said, to hell with it and bet everything under the sun. But all my leans but one hit. It was a frustrating day. It was just an absolute Friday. There's the absolute comment of the day. Yeah, I need a win. Where's that? Where's Mitch Keller? Where's the Tigers versus the left-hander? I think the Astros again today too. The Astros don't play today, my man. So the only 2 games are the NL games. No Astros today. But we do get Connor McDavid back. That's right. We do get Connor McDavid back. Let's see if he can be cool with us. Damn, he was Brian, as he's mentioning right here, he was an absolute cash cow. Quick thoughts on Liverpool versus Rangers. I still don't think Rangers is going to get a goal. I want to see Virgil van Dijk next to Konate. Konate came off the bench last week for the first time against, who'd they play? Against Arsenal. He came off the bench against Arsenal. If it's Virgil van Dijk and it's Konate for the whole 90 minutes, I don't like Rangers scoring at home. I still don't think they can score even though it's at home. If you get Virgil van Dijk and Konate. So need to see lineups on that. But I like Liverpool to certainly get the job done. They've been up and down. I'm done betting Liverpool games in the Premier League. Although we did cash Arsenal over both teams scored. I guess I'm done backing Liverpool to actually get some points and get a result. They're stinking it up so far, and you knew the fall was coming, right? Liverpool, not these teams just can't stay at the top of the mountain forever. You knew the fall was coming. It looks like the fall is coming with Liverpool this year in the Premier League, but I would still back them in the Champions League. I would back them on the road at Rangers, but I want to see lines. I want to see Konate in there next to Virgil van Dijk, and if you see that, I would do a Liverpool win to 0, or I would do maybe a Liverpool win and under 4.5. What does that parlay come in? I think Liverpool money line and under 4.5 is probably a good look, and it's probably going to be decently priced because Liverpool's on the road. Let's see what that is. Yeah, this is going to be this is not going to be the worst price out there. Let's see. Liverpool. And then they say I can't build a parlay. Yeah, I hate DraftKings sometimes. Hold on. Let's see what that price is. I think that's a good look. See, here's the bullshit about DraftKings. This is why you gotta be careful when you bet same game parlays on DraftKings. They're one of these books that do that. Liverpool money lines minus 235. I don't know if you guys can see that, but obviously you guys believe me. Minus 235 Liverpool money line. Then once you hit the button to do it in a same game parlay, they screw you in Liverpool money line because minus 280. If you're doing same-game parlays, bet this shit over on FanDuel. FanDuel doesn't change the price just because you're willing to do a same-game parlay. DraftKings will screw you right here. But anyways, we're building it on this, so just because I have this book open. So let's see what that is. They screw you. Jumps right up to 280. I absolutely hate that. It comes in at minus 125. If you get the lineup, I think that's the bet for Liverpool. Liverpool on the money line. Parlay that with under 4.5 goals. On DraftKings, this comes in at minus 125. I bet you get a better price over at FanDuel. So, all right, Lee, if you get the lineup, if you get Konate next to Virgil van Dijk, I roll with Liverpool on the money line under 4.5 goals. That's how I'd roll right there. Hell, maybe I'll add that. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Maybe after we cash this under 2.5 goals and we're cooking this morning and we're not getting any BS to go against us and VAR is going to be cool today. Yeah. Maybe I'll go ahead and add in a Liverpool and under 4.5 goals if we get the lineup we like. All right, fellas, go enjoy your Wednesday. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Today's going to be a day. Today's a great day to have a good day. See you, fellas.